Alright, what we're about to do is an oil change and a tire rotation. I think I'm going to do the tire rotation first, because that's the most, I guess, time consuming. You gotta wait for the oil to drain. Alright, I got it up on the jack stands. The front wheels are already loose. The back was just jacked up. I'm going to break them loose. The other side. The wheel's about to fall over. I'll let it fall. All the wheels are loose, so this is how we rotate. The back goes straight to the front. The left back, straight to the front. The right rear. The right rear, straight to the front. Right front to the left rear. And the left front to the right rear. Alright, let's start putting it on. Should do the back first, to be honest with you. Yeah, let's do the back first. Alright, these tires, I don't know if you remember when I got them mounted. These are the Firestone XT tires. Basically, it's a hybrid. It's a cross between a mud terrain and an all-terrain. So how wide those lugs are, I can stick my finger in there easily. On most traditional all-terrains, like the ones in the Wrangler over there, is real narrow. It's almost like a all season. But this is, see, you got button lugs on the side. It's an interesting tire. You see how deep the lugs still are? That's a lot of thread. Get this last one off. Put a jack under it. That's why I did the back first. Because someone told me that where I had the jack stand, it's gonna settle. And it sure did, especially on the right side. Usually when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm usually in thought. Some of my meditation time. Alright. Run them in. Jack it up. Get the jack stand from under there. Alright, there it is. Now I can lower the front. And I got my tire pressure gauge. And of course you gotta adjust the tire pressures. Since the rear tires are no in the front tires are no in the rear. Alright, next up, oil change. Let's get set up for that. Alright, we're set up for the oil change. Got my cardboard, got my oil drain, thingamajig. I could never remember what size this drain nut is. I think it's a 14 millimeter. Yeah. Alright, let's break it loose. We'll put the drain bowl under here. And then get the nut out and let her drain. It's ready. And it's draining. Let it drain. while it's draining, I'm going to clean off the sump, the oil drain bolt. Alright, that's nice and clean. Let's put in a piece of wood right there so we don't lose it. That would kind of suck. And while it's draining on the bottom, you open the fill cap to allow air in so that it can vent. And we'll drain a little bit quicker. Alright. So while that's finished draining, what we're going to do is make sure it's it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. Alright, while that's draining, what we're going to do is we're going to prep the filter. I don't like how that looks, but the gasket is bulged up on one side. Okay, got it back there. I don't like that. I've never had that before. In any event, I pre-fill my filters. You do whatever you want to do, Cat. Move. I pre-fill my filters and let the media soak up all that oil. See, it's filled to the brim. By the time that, if this damn cat look, by the time that that media soaks up the oil, there'll be nothing in there, just a little bit. Of course, you gotta lubricate the gasket. Don't spin it on there dry. Alright, so the filter is ready to go on. Put it over here on the side. Cat, move. This is not our cat, but for some reason it thinks it's ours. But then again, we feed it, so. And there's that. Go. Alright, it's still draining. I'll stop this, and when it's finished draining, I'll start it again. Alright, it just finished draining. I'm going to put the nut back in. And snug it up. Where is my... There it is. Oops, drop the nut. Make sure the copper gasket is on there and in decent condition. It is. Alright. Make sure my socket is ratchet is set up. Righty tighty. Alright. Spinner in there, hand tight. Alright, nice and snug. I'll just put a tool on it. There it is. Put a tool on it. Alright, that's nice and tight. What I like to do is make sure around the drain nut it's nice and clean and dry. The reason I do that is it's something where you leak in, I can spot the leak much easier. Alright, I gotta tighten up this transmission supply line again. For some reason these hose clamps are not doing the job. that's tight. Now what we're going to do is move the cardboard forward a little bit so that we can pull the drain pan forward a little bit. Let's see if we can turn the filter with our hand. Oh yeah, we can. We're going to pull that up. Then we're going to loosen the filter. On the Titans and the Armadas, they actually have a spout built onto the bottom of the engine that as you're, I don't know if you can see that draining, but as you're loosening the filter and it starts to, the oil starts to flow, it actually hits the spout and goes right into your container. So it's not as messy. Alright, filter is off. The gasket came off with it, which is very important. Want to make sure that that gasket comes off with the filter. Put that over there. Clean my hand off a bit. I got my new filter ready to go. And all that oil that I poured in there, the media already soaked it up. Wipe this off a little bit. Spin the new filter on. 57356. Alright, lined up. And spinning it on. Alright, she's on there. Alright, I need a clean piece of paper towel because the filter is slippery. I need a clean piece of paper towel to get a good grip on it. And what I do is, once the gasket material, like once I can spin it on loosely, I go for another quarter turn. Alright, it's on there. Let me grab this. There we go, much better. Alright, she's on there. Nice and snug. Now we're gonna move this out of the way. Oh crap. That sucks. Sloshed. Hey, it's only sloshed on the glove. That's good. So we're gonna clean this off. Everything was going so good as far as no mess. Then that happened. I'm gonna move this oil so that if something's leaking, I can see the leak. That's just how I do it. Man, that oil sloshed way up there. How the heck did that happen? I tell you. Alright. Let me tighten those hose clamps as tight as I can get them. I need another piece of paper towel. Oh, that's a mess. That whole slosh and went everywhere. That is wild. Let me grab a screwdriver. Right, I got me a flathead screwdriver. And let's take her. I can't even get tightened anymore. That one turned a little bit, but the other one can't even get any more tightened. Alright, let's hopefully that'll do it. Alright. Tire rotation done. Oil change. As far as the new filter and fresh, the oil out is done. So now what we're gonna do is make sure my little funnel. This funnel is only for oil changes. Make sure it's clean. All right, all the dust and stuff is out. Move the cardboard. Fill cap, little funnel in, and start pouring. And this thing takes 7 quarts, I think it is. So it's going to be the big 5-gallon container plus two 1-quart containers. Oops. Wind ain't working with me today. There's my cover. There it is. Alright, this one is done, so now let's do this. Thank God it still sealed. The cap was all messed up. Yeah, check that stuff. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Alright. Alright. Take some containers in, let it drain for a little bit. Once it's finished draining for a little bit, that'll be 6 quarts. What I like to do is take the containers and turn them upside down by the wheel, like this, and you'll be surprised how much oil will drain out that cap. Alright, let that do its thing, and then what I'll do is, for half of the 7th quart, so right now it's going to be 6.5 quarts. Right, 6.5 quarts. I'll put the cap back on. I'm going to paper towel. Lift the funnel up. Put the paper towel right there. Put the cap back on. Look underneath, make sure we don't have any leaks. Nope. Take these oily gloves off. Grab my paper towel because I did touch the doggone door handle with the oily glove. Alright. And take the key and we start it up. When you start it up, the oil pressure warning light will come on, then it goes right off. Oil pressure warning light came on, then it went right off. But while it's running, look for leaks again. Especially around the filter, because right now we don't have any leaks. So just let it run a little bit. Then we're going to turn it off. Alright. Now what we're going to do is give it a little bit. Let the oil drain back down, and we're going to check the oil. This truck almost always takes exactly 7 quarts after oil change. Alright, clean that off. Let's stick it back in. Boom, pull it up. Yep, so it needs the remainder. It's still draining down also. Let's go ahead and put that in. By the time it drains back down and this gets in there, it'll be about perfect as far as the oil level. Alright, I can feel the oil in there. So what I'm going to do is crack it like an egg. You're going to open this up. Look at it. Oh man, a whole gush of oil came out. Alright, so now that is done. Now let's do the other two. We're going to do this one first. Yep, a gush of oil came out. One. And this is the last one. Alright. So now when I check the oil, the level should be almost perfect. Get the funnel off of there. Put the cap back on. Pull that up. Alright, we're good. What was I about to say? Yeah, when you tighten in the oil drain nut, Make sure it's nice and snug. Don't like put your body weight on it, but make sure it doesn't fall out. Alright, I've seen that happen to a few people. But that's it. You saw the tire rotation and you saw the oil change, start to finish. Alright, hope that helps someone out. Like, share, subscribe.